Happy Friday. Meteorologist Landon Hampton here with you this morning to bring you the Weather and Bowling Green video update. We're going to be looking at those cold conditions hanging around, although we're going to be looking at lots and lots of sunshine dominating the sky. The good news is return flow as we work into our Saturday and Sunday will bring us warmer temperatures, but that's going to result in rounds of showers and storms early next week. But before we get into all that, I want to recap yesterday. Took part in the official survey with the National Weather Service. An EF1 tornado was confirmed to have occurred in Butler County very early Wednesday morning between 12:35 and 12:37 a.m. It was rated an EF1 with an estimated peak winds of 86 miles an hour. All right, so it was around 90 yards was the widest width that it had, and the path length was roughly 1 mile. It occurred just south of the Rochester community, just south and east of D&G Archery, and just northwest of Pleasant Hill Church, cutting across Highway 70 Rochester Road and causing quite a bit of damage to a lot of trees and a storage building located outdoors. But that wasn't the only one. We also confirmed a tornado near the Claypool community in far eastern Warren County. That occurred with the squall line that moved through between around 7:25 to 7:28 a.m. That was rated an EF1, but it was quite a bit stronger, with winds reaching 110 miles an hour with an approximate path length of 3 miles long with a width of 125 yards. There were a number of structures damaged, a number of barns and outbuildings, people's homes and cars and vehicles, and a large number of trees that were also down with that. But thankfully, with both tornadoes that were confirmed, no fatalities and no injuries were reported. Now let's get into today. Looking outside, overlooking WKU, courtesy of the White Squirrel Weather Cam, crystal clear skies. It's going to continue to be the story throughout the day, not expecting much of anything to be going on, but it is going to be very, very cold. Early this morning, we're sitting between the mid-20s in Russellville and Logan County up to around the low 30s across the rest of the viewing area, and it's a little bit colder feel than that. We got winds out of the northwest between 5 and 10 miles an hour. Those will continue throughout today, and that's credit to this large area of high pressure located just to our north and west. Clockwise flow occurring around that area of high pressure is going to continue to send those northwesterly winds over us, and that means even colder conditions. We're talking highs this afternoon between the low to mid 40s, with overnight lows tanking well down into the 20s once that area of high pressure works overhead. So let's lay out what's going to occur at the surface over the upcoming days. High pressure is going to center itself right over us tonight, creating those very cold conditions. But as that high pressure pushes off to our east, return flow is going to be turning our winds out of the south. And we know what that means. Warmer air will be transported in here out of the Gulf. That should result in a nice warm up throughout our Saturday and into our Sunday. By Sunday afternoon, high temperatures should be back into the 60s. But then as we get into early next week, we're going to be looking at this low pressure system across the northern plains, pulling off to the north and east, and as that does so, that's going to be dragging its cold front east across our area, and that could be resulting in widespread showers and thunderstorms making a return. Looking at the upper levels, you can tell we have that trough still located over our area. That'll be accompanying that area of high pressure working in here. But as we get into this weekend, especially late into our Saturday night into Sunday, we see this upper ridge building in from the south. That's going to warm us back up and stay in control. But then as we get into early next week, here comes another trough with that cold front rolling through here. Looks to bring another slight cool down, but nothing like what we're going to experience out there today. And then warmer conditions arrive by the time we get to the latter part of next week. Now, talking about precipitation, not expecting anything through this weekend. But as we get into early next week, warm front lifting north over the area on Monday could be bringing us some light scattered showers across the lower Ohio Valley. But then attention will turn with that low pressure pulling off to our east. Here comes the cold front widespread showers and thunderstorms working through here. Doesn't necessarily look like a setup to provide anything severe, but it does look like it could be bringing us some torrential rainfall once that system passes. So here's a look at rainfall over the next 7 days, and right here across south central Kentucky, anywhere between 1 to 2 inches of the wet stuff is anticipated. Again, that's valid through next Friday morning at 6 a.m. Here's a look at the next 5 days, courtesy of Cheetah Clean Auto Wash. Sunny but very cold today, a high 45. Down into the mid-20s tonight, rebounding to the lower 60s throughout our Saturday and Sunday underneath lots of sunshine. Then our warming trend continues early next week with rain chances arriving as well. We'll be between the mid and upper 60s, perhaps some 70-degree readings by the time we get into next Tuesday afternoon. That's going to wrap up this Friday morning edition of the Weather and I Bowling Green video update. Any questions about that forecast, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll get to them as soon as time allows. You all have a great end of the work week, and I hope you all have a safe, fantastic weekend.